So today I'm going to make a little video review installation kind of on the VRP intake spacers. Basically they allow, I believe it's about 30% more airflow. As you can see, I already have my air filter or air boxes I should say out. Those are pretty easy to get out. Those will just be loosen these and you'll have a couple sensors that I just use to pick carefully to get out. You will want to fully pull the air boxes out because you're gonna have to take out the stock screws, and I already installed these before and I did drop a screw, but luckily the nice part about the intake spacers is they do include extra screws and extra fillers. I'll show you what I mean by that. These screws go through again for the spacer. They include extra, so if you do happen to lose any down your engine bay, you can see any M157, M278 is going to be very tight to get in there. But anyway, you're going to want to pull out both your air boxes fully. As you see, I already got them disassembled. These are going to be what the intake spacers are going to look like. They're upside down right now. You can see they come in 4 separate pieces, so they kind of just link together like that. Your first step is going to be taking all the stock screws all the way out. I already have those out, of course. I did have to end up drilling a little bit into where the screws thread in, just because the screws that they include are a little bit different. Just barely with a drill bit, made it a little bit bigger so that I could fit. As you see, I got them apart now. I actually took it apart to look at my air filters, which don't look too bad. The easiest way is like a drill and extension like this, just to get those out. But yeah, once you have them out, it's pretty simple from there. These will just place right like that with the air filter, and then you will put this back on here. Obviously it's not fully put back together, but then you'll thread the screw, and you also have this that will need to be in the middle to keep the spacing. I'll show what that looks like once I put it back together, but it is important and much easier if you take the air boxes all the way out, opposed to leaving them just loose in the engine bay, just so you don't drop anything down there. So this is just like a side-by-side. Use the stock. You can see how much space is in there. This is again the stock, and you can see this is with the spacer in, and you move these together. That's gonna be your difference. Pretty big difference. VRP, I would say, is probably the cheapest that I've seen. It's just hard to justify spending, a lot of money, considering it's a pretty simple idea. But like I said, you'll just build together. You can see on each corner. Build that together. It'll fit in there. Put your air filter in. They are supposed to work with aftermarket. If you have K&N or AFE or whatever you have, it just fits right in there. And basically, put the top back on, and you have the spacers and the screws. So I'll show that when it's all done. All right, as you guys can see, everything's back together. Make sure you have 1, 2, 3 sensors plugged back in. As you can see, obviously my car is M278, not M157. I'm not 100% sure if everything's exactly the same. Obviously it's going to be very similar though. Make sure everything's fitted up here as well. As far as engine covers go, so you have the one right here. They will pretty much fit back how they did. Obviously they're going to be on a little bit of an angle, but for me that's fine. It looks good. They'll still retain and stay there. I had my main engine cover, part of the piece of plastic broke that was supposed to go in one of these, so I currently just have it off. I mean, it really doesn't make too much of a difference. These are what the spacers look like. You can see it says VRP. That's kind of cool on there. I talked about these. Basically, when I did install them, I had these flipped over because you're threading it this way. It's just the easiest way to do it. As I threaded the screw in a little bit, and then I held this little plastic piece in place so the screw went through it. Make sure everything's tight. Obviously, it doesn't need to be crazy tight, just tight enough. But aside from that, I do not have a tune yet, so I haven't noticed crazy performance difference. I do already have full straight pipe, down pipes, so it does help a little bit. I will be getting K&N in the future also, so that will help pretty much maximum airflow, aside from getting a black boost intake as I guess the only other one I've seen. But for the price, I probably will not be going that route. But aside from that, yeah, that's the intake spacers. These, I believe I paid $170, which is not too bad. Most other ones out there are going to be much more expensive. So that's pretty much it.